Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome back to the topic mechanical properties of fluid. Today we are going to learn how to measure pressure. Usually pressure is measured with the help of the instrument called barometer and gauge pressure. And gauge pressure is measured with the help of the instrument called as pressure gauge. Today we are going to study the simple barometer, which is designed by the Italian scientist Torricelli. So this barometer mostly this term is used for the instrument which measure pressure. So very first instrument that we have to study is mercury barometer. How we are going to measure the pressure? For that, Italian scientist Torricelli has designed one instrument. Let us see its diagram. Actually, what is there in this barometer? It is a simple device. It consists of one glass tube. This glass tube is filled with the mercury up to its brim. Here it is filled with the mercury. And this glass tube is about 1 meter. Length of the glass tube is 1 meter and its diameter is 1 centimeter. Just like our test tube that we are using in a lab. But its length is quite high. It is about 1 meter, and this glass tube is filled with mercury, and this mercury filled glass tube is then kept inverted, means it is kept upside down in a dish or in a trough containing mercury. There is one container which is also filled with the mercury. Then this glass tube is kept inverted. Immediately it is kept inverted inside the trough containing mercury, inside a dish containing mercury. So what is going to happen when you lift this glass tube and put it inside a trough containing mercury? Obviously some of the mercury, because this glass tube is completely filled, so some of the mercury will spill inside the dish, inside the container, and level of the mercury of this container will rise. It is going to rise because some of the mercury from the glass tube is inserted inside the trough, and because of this one gap is created on the upper side, on the lower side of the, or you can say on the upper side of the tube. This gap, as there is no matter, so this gap is called as Torricelli vacuum. Vacuum is created over here on the top part of the tube. What will happen? The level of the mercury inside the dish go on rising. It will go on rising, but as its level rises, we all know that the pressure of the mercury of this dish goes on increasing, as pressure is having the formula P is equal to H rho G. As this height goes rises inside the dish, pressure of the mercury inside the dish goes on increasing. But immediately what will happen? Atmospheric pressure will come into account. Remember that this barometer, mercury barometer, is used to measure the atmospheric pressure. We will have to measure the pressure of the atmosphere. So as the level of the mercury inside the dish goes on increasing, atmospheric pressure will come into account. This atmospheric pressure will put these two layers down. So because of this atmospheric pressure, the rise of a liquid level inside the dish will stop. So once the system will come in equilibrium, means once this rise of a liquid level inside the dish will stop, at that time we can say that the pressure acting on the mercury which is inside the dish is atmospheric pressure. So we have considered few points over here. Point A, which is the topmost point inside the glass tube. Point B is at a certain distance below the point A, where the distance between point A and point B is h, or you can say that the height of a mercury column inside a glass tube is h. Where this 2 point C we have taken, C is, these are the two equal points which are outside the test tube, but it is the topmost surface of the mercury inside a dish. So we all know that we have to measure the pressure of the atmosphere. One more thing that we will have to remember over here is the topmost part of this glass tube. Here the vacuum is created as there is no air above the mercury. It is directly inverted into a dish. So, or you can say there will be a certain mercury vapor. So it cannot be directly called a vacuum or a free space. That is why it is called as Torricelli vacuum. So we all know that pressure of the vacuum is 0 as there is no air. So pressure of the point A, let us write down the values of the pressure. Pressure acting on the point A is 0 because there is a vacuum above it. So pressure of point A is 0. Now see these 2 points C. Pressure of point C. Pressure of point C, as I told you that atmospheric pressure will act on these 2 points C, so that the rise of the liquid level inside the tub will get stopped. So at that time you can say that the pressure acting on the point C is only atmospheric pressure because it is on the top surface of a liquid. So PC is equal to, we will write this as PO. Atmospheric pressure is denoted as P0, or you can say PO. So we have written these two things. You just have to keep it in mind that pressure of point A is 0 and pressure of point C is atmospheric pressure. Now let's come to the point B. Pressure of point B. As point B is below the height h inside a tube, or you can say that point B and C, they are at the same height. These 2 points B and C are at the same height. So these 2 points will be at the same pressure. So we can say that PB is equal to PC. Pressure acting on point B is equal to pressure of point C because they are at the same height. Their height is same. So by the formula of pressure, P is equal to H rho G. If height is same, the pressure of the 2 points will remain same. So PB is exactly equal to PC. This we all know. Similarly, one more thing we can write about point B is, since this point B is below the height h, so we can write the equation as we have already derived the equation of the pressure acting inside the liquid. It is P2 is equal to P1 plus H rho G. What is this P2? P2 is a pressure of the point below the liquid level. So below the liquid level we are having the point B. So we will write this as PB. And what is P1? P1 is the pressure of on the point which is above the liquid level inside a glass tube. So we will write this P1 as PA plus H rho G. What is this H? H is the height of this mercury column. Rho is the density of mercury and G is gravitational acceleration. So we can write this equation that PB is equal to PA plus H rho G. Then we all know that PB is equal to, this PB is equal to PC, and PC is equal to PO, atmospheric pressure. So at the place of PB we can write PO is equal to, PA is the pressure of point A. We all know that it is 0. So we will substitute it as 0 plus H rho G. So value of this atmospheric pressure comes out to be equal to exactly H rho G. Practically, this height of a liquid column inside the mercury, this height comes around 760 mm of Hg. Density of mercury is 13.6 kg per meter cube, and gravitational acceleration is 9.8. Once you take these three values and when you calculate this atmospheric pressure, it will be exactly equal to 1.013 into 10 raised to 5 Pascal. So this is how the atmospheric pressure is calculated on the basis of mercury barometer. Its construction is quite simple. You just have to take 1 meter glass tube containing mercury, and it is to be kept inverted inside a dish containing mercury. Then you just have to measure the height of a liquid of a mercury inside a glass tube. Once you measure the height, you can easily calculate the atmospheric pressure. Now next thing that we have to study is open tube manometer. It is also the device which is used to measure the pressure. Actually, this device is used to measure the gauge pressure. It is mostly used for the industrial application to measure the pressure of boiler. So here we have taken one chamber, or you can say, of which we have to determine the pressure. This is the chamber D we have named over here, and this open tube manometer is actually a U-shaped glass tube, U-shaped tube, and it is filled with the liquid which is having a very low density. For example, you can take it, liquid you can take over here is water or kerosene. They are having very low density. So this U-shaped tube is filled with the liquid or with a fluid which is having very low density, and this U-tube is then connected with the chamber of which you have to measure the pressure. So this chamber is named as the chamber D, of which you will have to measure the pressure. Manometer is a device which is used to measure the gauge pressure actually. So let us see how you can determine the pressure of the chamber D, as this U-shaped tube is connected with the chamber D over here. So again we will have to consider few points. We'll have to measure the pressure of the chamber D, and this U-tube is filled with the water or kerosene. You can fill it with the water or a kerosene, provided that the density of the fluid or a liquid that you have taken should be very low. So that is why it is called as open tube manometer, because its one end is kept free. It is open, so that the atmospheric pressure will come into account over here. So let us consider few points. Point A is on the surface of a mercury in the open arm of a U tube. Point B we have taken, point C we have taken over here. It is in the other arm of a U tube, U-shaped tube, and this point C is on the top of the liquid level inside in the other arm of a U tube. So this is the top point of the liquid in the other arm of a U tube. Similarly, we have considered the point B. Point B and C, we have chosen this point B such that these 2 points B and C are at the same height. So let us say height of this point B from the point A is h. Now, can you write down the equations of the pressure, or can you write down the pressure acting on point A? Pressure acting on point A is the atmospheric pressure. So here atmospheric pressure will act on point A. So we will write PA is equal to PO. Similarly, point B is below the height h from the topmost level of the fluid. So pressure of point B is equal to pressure of point A plus h rho G. This pressure plus this much pressure. So PB is equal to PA plus h rho G. We all know that point B and point C, they are at the same height. So point C is directly connected with the we will write it further. Point B and point C, we are at the same height, so they are going to have the same pressure. So PB is equal to PC. Put this value in this equation. We can write it as PC is equal to PA is substituted as value of PA is the atmospheric pressure PO plus h rho G. Now let us see what is PC over here. Pressure of point C, and this pressure of acting on the point C is exactly equal to the pressure at point B. We'll have to make use of the Pascal's law. Do you remember the Pascal's law over here? Pascal's law is nothing but the pressure transmission is equal and undiminished as well as to the wall of the container. So from point D, pressure is transmitted to the point C, and this pressure is undiminished. So you can say that pressure of point C is equal to the pressure of point D, of which you will have to measure the pressure. So pressure of point C is written as PD is equal to PO plus h rho G. By measuring this height, you can determine the value of h rho G, and since the manometer is a device which is mostly used to measure gauge pressure, for the gauge pressure we can write PD minus PO is equal to h rho G. Gauge pressure, do you remember the definition of a gauge pressure? It is the difference between absolute pressure and the atmospheric pressure. So with this equation we can easily calculate the pressure of the chamber D. So one can measure the gauge pressure by using open tube manometer. So how it is used? It is very simple to determine the pressure of the chamber D over here. This chamber D, you can consider it as a boiler used for any industrial purpose. So chamber D is just an assumption over here. It is a device of which you have to measure the pressure. So, and let us revise it. It is connected with a U-shaped tube which is filled with the kerosene or water. I told you that the liquid should be very low density so that it can easily move in the arms of the U-shaped tube. So that is why we have used over here. Then we have considered few points A, B and C. Point C is the topmost point on the liquid in the other arm of the U tube. Point A is the topmost point of a liquid in the open arm of a U tube. Point B is below the height H from point A, so that the height of B and C are exactly equal. So we can consider that these 2 points are at the same height. So their pressure will be exactly equal. So that is why we have written pressure at point A is atmospheric pressure. Pressure of point B is equal to PA plus H rho G. Then we all know that PB is exactly equal to PC. So we have written this PC is equal to PO plus H rho G. As we all know that PA is PO, atmospheric pressure. We all know the Pascal's law. Then from the Pascal's law we will come to know that the pressure transmitted from the chamber D is exactly given to the point C. So the pressure acting on point C is exactly equal to the pressure at point D. So that is why we have written PD is equal to PO plus H rho G. Then this device is used to measure the gauge pressure. So PD minus PO is equal to H rho G. By determining the height of this liquid column, by determining the density of a liquid, you can easily determine this pressure. Here substituting the value of G as 9.8. So it is quite easy for us to determine the pressure with the help of open tube manometer. Hope you will have understood the topic. Thank you.